opens are fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I did it. Yeah.
This is
The worst cold open I've ever done in my life.
No, I'm not against them. We just stopped doing them for a while. Just reasons, I guess.
Is it because we're always so tired when we get to this point?
No, I don't think so. I think it mostly had to do with the fact that there were a couple times where you were like, oh, yes, cold open, and we were in the middle of a discussion, and it's like, no. Like,
the cold open starts, and that's why I think killing her.
That's why I think you should kill all of them. Oh, wait, in context, I meant this was about Stormcast.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Lorecast. I almost said Stormcast. God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm the Lorecast Turtles.
We're back.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
This is a bonus episode because
I'm Jacob.
I'm Phil.
I am Mitchell.
How did I remember it this time?
I mean, we just hadn't really gotten
I'm learning.
Also, it's a bonus episode, so, like, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Sorry.
kind of...
Continue.
So, we're still recovering from LVO.
Yeah, this is our LVO bonus episode because LVO was fucking great, but it was also...
I've never had an event.
It was rough.
Yeah.
Not rough as in bad, but rough as in tiring.
Yeah.
Like, it was just...
We walked almost, like, 10 miles a day just inside the casino.
Nah, it was like 7, maybe.
I'm rounding up.
Yeah. Okay.
Rounding up for effect. Yeah,
Not to mention, I think I actually did more walking than you two.
We did a lot of walking, and also like gambling has a psychological effect on the body.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, I came out positive, so like my psychological effect was great, but
yeah, you came out positive except when I was like, "Here, take my money since you're doing well at the slots," and then you wasted all my money.
That wasn't my fault. That one chick fucked up the energy.
Did she mess with your feng shui?
She didn't mess with my feng shui. She broke it over her fucking knee. Did I tell you that story?
Yes, yeah, you told me.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll discuss it later on the podcast.
Probably.
Yeah. But we decided.
No, sorry, go ahead.
We decided since we're still recovering from LVO and we didn't really want to do the week of like frantic researching of something of a particular episode that has not been voted for yet because we're also just
tired.
The worst hosts ever.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
not the worst, but
we're getting close.
Forgetful.
Real quick, before we get any further, I want to say a shout out to the Patreon, to like the 7, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys, people's on there. Y'all are awesome. Thank y'all so much. I think you might have paid for Phil's gas this episode.
Yeah, it's nice not having to pay for gas anymore. That's nice.
So
at least out of my own pocket,
right?
Because now I have other people's pockets to pay it out of.
Hey-o. So yeah, just want to give y'all a shout out. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are awesome. Moving on. While Mitchell is distracted, I do have some bad news though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the news that you meant to tell me earlier?
Oh no, it's I wanted to tell it on the podcast. Is
this the news you were supposed to tell me earlier, or you wanted to tell me, but you're waiting for the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh no.
So a meme has officially died.
We
can't be mean to Mitchell anymore about not opening the Silent King because I bought Mitchell Nagash at the
at LVO
because it was going to be a Christmas/birthday gift because Mitchell unfortunately has his birthday like 3.5 seconds after Christmas. So that was his gift to him, and he opened it like immediately, and I think he's already building it, and that's also a pretty big model. So
yeah, I'm totally building that at the moment.
I will fucking stab you.
Totally building that. Totally not. I have Marathi on my desk at the moment that I traveled for an hour to go grab.
Point being is he actively
Bro, you traveled for like 5 to get Nagash.
We're not talking about that trip because we will not talk about the layovers because of
Dude, the layovers were wild.
Yeah. Honestly, the layovers weren't that bad. They kind of blew past, but like of our 4 flights, 2 of those flights were fucking miserable. 2 were miserable, 1 we almost died, and 1 was rather pleasant.
I thought they were all fine.
That first one we went on when we left, that
to
one
LA.
That one was rough. And the plane coming back to Texas was uncomfortably hot.
It was warm.
Yeah, I think the main thing was I had the aisle seat, so I didn't have like the air couldn't get to me, and I was.
Yeah. So news is Matthew told me it's like, hey, just set it up through me because you would get 20% off all the tickets.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah, we're not doing what we did last time.
We're not flying United again or Delta.
Actually, Delta was great.
That first flight,
The first Delta flight was great, and then they cut me off right at the climax of Top Gun Maverick, and I
that's
damn near had a
not the
connection.
airline's fault. That's
Yes,
just
it
the
is.
timing
Yes,
fault.
it is.
That is
Fuck
your
the
fault.
airline.
That is your
Fuck
fault.
Delta.
Point being is, but back on track is we can't be mean to Mitchell anymore about not opening things that I give him.
We will be
because-
checking back in a month though, and
Which-
if he hasn't started working on the gash.
Oh, if it's not done by the end of this month, I'm going to stab him.
there we go.
The reason why I have faith is because there's already an army list to build for Nagash, and like when I bought him the Silent King, and then like a while after he sold his Necron, so like that was kind of the nail in the coffin of the Silent King.
To be fair,
I don't
fair,
got the money
he's
at the
got-
moment to do the 3 Terragons.
To be fair, he's also got to
Just
work
don't
on
go
his.
traveling.
He's got to work on his daughter's list. So like,
Yeah,
he's got to build and paint that for.
I'm trying to
tournament.
go
Yeah.
to Lone Star Open.
But yeah, that's the death of a meme. And to everyone who's listening who doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about, it's a Discord meme that's been going on since like the fucking inception of. I made one joke and the Discord was like, took off with it, and like
Yeah.
they've been tormenting Mitchell ever since.
It's like the slam meme from Outward.
Oh
Right?
God.
Oh yeah, like the Warlord Titan, you're still on your own with that one, buddy. But like I got your back on the
For legal reasons, that was a joke.
I got your back on the Silent King one. I got
Look,
you, homie.
Tell you what.
Thanks,
you,
Boo.
You want to send us $10,000? We'll get you a warlord.
Yeah, totally would.
We'll get you a Warlord and we'll pay shipping. Shit.
Hey, hold up now. Let's not get excessive with it.
Let's not get crazy. Yeah. Bonus. This is gonna be a hella bonus episode where I think we're just gonna like talk about LVO and go on
Yeah.
tangents.
We're gonna talk about some of the really nice people we met at LVO.
So
Ryan was
Ryan.
my favorite person.
listen,
my
listen,
God.
listen. Fuck me, dead.
But no, so at
Well,
LVO,
hold on, but before we get into it, if there's going to be probably no lore at all in this episode, not
No
joking, no crackhead conspiracy theories, nothing. And if we do talk about lore, honest to God, it's probably going to be about 40K. So
Either that or
Conquest.
yeah.
So if you
This
are,
is our recap of LVO.
if you are not interested in hearing any of this, now would be a good time to click off because I don't think we have any announcements.
Announcements.
I can pause and try to get the list of Patreon people, but we
Or-
can do that.
or you
we
can
we
just
can do
look
that
that up
next
as we're
episode.
going through.
We'll do that at the end or the middle. Or
Let's
something
do
like
that in an actual episode.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we don't have any actual announcements. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. So if you don't want to listen to any of our shenanigans and you just want to hear lore shit, feel free to hop off this episode, and we'll see you in. Oh fuck, we didn't decide if we're doing this every 2 weeks or 3 weeks yet. We said we were gonna come back to that decision.
We'll come back to that decision.
We'll have an answer at the end of the episode. I promise.
I don't know what's happening in 2 weeks. The 18th will not be available.
That's Valentine's Day, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, that's Lone
Oh,
Star.
that's Lone Star
for you. Oh yeah.
No, yeah.
Valentine's is like the
Day
14th.
falls on
So
Tuesday
the
this
25th
year.
It's a
we'll be
weekend.
back.
Okay, so we will have an answer as to whether or not we're doing 2 weeks or 3 weeks on the 25th because we physically can't do 2 weeks this time.
Yeah, and
because
we're sure as hell not doing next week.
Mitchell's going to be.
Well, I can't do
indisposed.
next week because I'm going to be on Land Passes.
Like I
For
said, we're
what?
sure as hell not doing next
I
week.
got invited to go to Land Passes.
Ethan,
Yeah,
nice.
All right.
yeah.
So yeah, we will have a definitive answer about whether or not we're going to go back to
I
work
get to go
twice
see
a
my
month,
second set of parents.
or we're going to stay with the once every 3 week schedule on the 25th. That's the only big announcement. So if you don't care about the rest of the bullshit, feel free to click off right
Now.
now. I wanted to wait till we had it was at 50 seconds.
Okay.
I like zeros.
Got it.
Well, why not just wait till 9 minutes flat then?
No.
Okay, now.
But no, okay. So back to LVO though. So we actually we flew in Thursday morning, got to the Rio at like 1 in the afternoon.
Can we talk about the night before LVO?
Oh God, none
Oh,
of us
fuck.
slept.
So-
none of us slept.
Yeah, we all got up early.
I got done painting my army.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. Mitchell showed up at my house at like 7 p.m. We were flying. Our flight was at 6 a.m. We had to start getting ready at 3 a.m. Leave by 4. Kind of painting the picture there. He gets to my house at 7 p.m. and he was like, "I'm like, hi Mitchell, what you doing, buddy? Want to do some fun shit? Want to play a board game? Play some cards?" He's like, "I have to finish painting my army," and I'm like, "Oh no." He looked dead inside.
I had to finish my bases and my bases is all I had to do.
In your magnets, right?
And the magnets, which half of them all fell off in the flight.
Plane was like, fuck your models.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like 2-3 hours of Mitchell being at my house as I'm frantically painting and wanting to die.
Dude, but I got 1,000 points ready, and I'm ready to go hard next week to get Marathi and 10 bow snakes ready so I can go to Lone Star GT.
Are you going full bow snake sweat?
It's half bow snake sweat. If I was going full bow snake sweat, it would be 15 bow snakes.
Can you?
Oh, God.
Is there a point limit on models at the
No.
No,
there's
This
none
is
of
the
the
2,000 point list.
bro. Then like get your Terrorgeist done and just have Nagash and 3
I got one
Terrorgeist.
Terrorgeist, and I got to strip that
You
thing.
will lose every game, but like the absolute colossal dick energy of being like my army is Bone Daddy and 3 bony bats, like eat my ass.
I can get done with Marathi and 10 snake ladies in a jiffy. 3 Terrorgeists and Nagash? No, because I will not be able to paint Nagash up to the standard I want to at the moment.
Challenge yourself. Be a man.
No.
Give yourself an unattainable
No.
task.
No,
Stress about it.
no.
And
Don't be a
raise your
man.
blood
No.
pressure.
No, don't be a man. Be a person.
Be a person.
So I got done with that, and then we just proceeded not to sleep. We went to QT.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah.
But for those who don't know what QT is,
Oh, it's a glorious fucking gas station.
it's short for Quick Trip.
Like it's not as big as Buc-ee's.
But it's
I guess don't know what
Quick with the
Buc-ee's is.
Q instead of K, which is the Quick Trip that's in the Midwest. At 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, that was before 3. That was
No,
at like
it was like
2
2.
o'clock. Yeah, 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we ran into like
we were all fucking dead, and I was like, listen, if we're gonna get some coffee or some energy drinks or something to eat, we should probably go now.
Yeah.
yeah.
So-
And we ran into a really nice
It was
lady cop.
police officer, I think.
It was a sheriff.
Yeah.
Sheriff deputy.
Me and her bonded over the fact that we both enjoyed QT taquitos.
Yes.
Yes.
Listen, man, I've had so much gas station food in my life that I have like a mental allergy to it now.
Okay, so I got
Not because I've been sick off of a gas station honey bun once, but I've seen my dad get sick off of like gas station hot dogs and shit like that like 3 or 4 times, and every single time I'm just like,
So,
I think I'd rather die.
fun fact.
Both ends.
Gas station food is
For
how I
about 3
found.
days.
Gas station food is how I found my favorite pizza combination.
Oh,
Oh.
One day I just went to a gas station. There was pineapple and jalapeno, and I went, "Huh, that's interesting." Let me give it.
I'm not a big fan of pineapple on pizza. Not because I'm like, oh, pineapple on pizza. I'm not the biggest fan of like sweet and salty, but I feel like pineapple, ham, and jalapenos would be really good. Like kind of the spicy,
Dude,
salty, sweet.
Pineapple and jalapeno was like it was a life changer.
Life changer.
It was a life, and that was gas station pizza. It was a life changer.
Did you meet God?
I did.
Okay.
It was great. Not on the toilet. It was more in the mind.
It was more of a mental high than a body high. I think.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! No, okay. So we had the energy drinks, we had the gas station food, and then we got on the plane.
Well, hold on,
and like the entire plane ride out to L.A.
Turbulence.
That was where we had our first layover. Like my stomach was like, brother,
I'm tired,
brother.
Well, hold on. Just to paint a slightly better picture before we get to like the plane and the layovers and whatnot is, I had woken up the latest of the 3, and I got up at like 9 or 10. But Phil had gotten up at like 6.
Yeah.
And Mitchell got up at like 5, and I got up at 9 or 10, and then none of us slept until
Until Thursday night.
until like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock the next day.
Well, no, I got to LA, and the first thing I did was go take a shower and take a nap.
Mitchell took like a 4. Sorry, I apologize. Mitchell took out like a 4-hour nap, and I like passed the fuck out for an hour on accident. Like I was just like, I'm gonna land and just fell asleep for like an hour.
And then I was like, oh man, I'm gonna go waste like $10 on the slots, and like yeah, I didn't go to sleep till like. Okay, no, I went to sleep early. I went to sleep at 8. I didn't stay up for the reveal.
Oh yeah, they did the reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then y'all came back and y'all were like, Phil, let's talk about the reveal. Oh wait, he's dead.
To be fair, we said we'd be waking up when we got back, and you were like, "Good for you." And then we got back, and we were like, "Cool, time to wake him up." And Phil was like, I can't speak to you because I'm actually astral projecting my soul out of my body. So you are talking to my husk, and my soul is not inhabiting my mortal coil currently. So Mr. Superman no here.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
But no, yeah, we were up for basically
I
like
cannot believe Eminent asked a flat Earth question at the
oh
review.
god,
yeah. Oh, and we were there at LVO with
Eminent and
with,
Johnny.
with our mods, Eminent and Johnny though. So
And then there was Tim.
and then there was Tim, big boy Tim.
Yep, and
Hydra
Hydra,
was
was there too,
He
but
was
we didn't
playing,
run, in,
though,
run
in
into
our-
him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he didn't
Yeah,
come
he
and meet
was
us, but
playing
it's fine.
with his team, and our schedules
offended
didn't meet
one
up.
bit.
But he was there, and we chatted with him over Discord a little bit. But yeah, we got like no fucking sleep, and then we had the initial plane ride. So we went from Texas to Los Angeles, which is in California, which is past Nevada and LA,
Yeah.
and Las Vegas. Then we got to LA and California. Then we had to go back to Vegas.
yeah, and the entire
Made
time,
a fucked up backwards upside down check mark.
the entire time we were on the west side of the Rocky Mountains, it was just solid turbulence.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you, on the flight from LA to Vegas, the captain was like, "Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to let you know that we're going to have a short 44-minute flight, but there will be consistent turbulence throughout the entire flight, but it's nothing to worry about. So just, keep your seatbelts buckled and everything will be all right." And then we get on the flight and we proceed to drop like 900
Yeah, we'd consistently hit turbulence and drop like 50 feet.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like,
No, the plane would be flying. It would drop straight down and then keep flying. And every time I'm just like, this is how I die.
Yeah.
I don't take G-force well. I just don't for whatever fucking reason. So every time we get those drops, I'm just like, cool, I'm going to die or vomit on someone. And then I'm going to wish that I was dead.
I'm trying to remember for that flight. You were sitting next to Mitchell, weren't you?
No, I was sitting next to randos. That's the flight
That's
when I was sitting next to a woman, and I'm
yeah.
assuming it was her boyfriend or husband. And like, I don't think she did flying well either, because she was kind of like curled up and like, and I'm
Was she the
sitting
one
there
that
like,
was just passed out on the
Well-
television? No, that was on the way to Cincinnati.
Yeah, no, so she like wasn't having a good time, and I'm like white death gripping my chair because like I'm not afraid of flying, but turbulence, just the G-force of all, I'm just not a big fan of it. So I have the death grip. She's like curled up in a ball, and the dude on the window is just like having the time of his fucking life. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, I wish your bacon is never crispy, motherfucker.
See, me and you have completely different like ideas when it comes to flying. It's like, if I'm going down, there's nothing I can do that can stop this, so why worry? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So I was just having the time of my life.
You're
I was
not,
just like, woo,
you're not
hands up in the air.
incorrect, but the problem is like, if the plane starts going down, you're gonna die, and that's fine. But if the plane goes down for me, I'm gonna die. But I'm also going to pop a explosive nosebleed and vomit the entire time. So your last moments will be shit, but my last moments will be like really shit. That's why I was concerned.
And then someone will in fact shit.
yeah, it'll.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, back on topic though.
We got to Las
So, no,
Vegas safely.
We get to Vegas, and like, yeah, we that was
All
rough.
I'm gonna say is Mitchell's quote of that entire trip is, "Whoever decided to look at a patch of desert and say that, hey, you know what, a city goes there, should like have been shot."
Yeah.
Because for those who haven't been to Vegas or don't know where Vegas is located or what it's like, or the Europeans who don't know what the fuck we're talking about, Las Vegas is literally a city in the middle of the fucking Nevadan desert.
Yeah.
Like it is desert, city, desert. That's the whole fucking thing.
Oh, yeah.
Grand Canyon, then it continues.
Yeah, there's some mountains, but it's all fucking desert. It's
So dry.
It's dry as shit.
Oh man, I loved it though. I loved the dry
so
heat.
dry. It was
Dude,
god
I
awful.
lived in Arizona for like 2 years. I fucking love the heat.
My
the
skin was
dry heat.
ashy.
I don't mind drying it because like I woke up and like my allergies and the shit that I get in the morning wasn't that bad. But my thing was like my nose was so fucking dry that I just basically explosively bled from my face once a day, which was great.
That was fun.
Oh yeah. All I'm saying is on the flight back to Texas, I had some blood on my clothes.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure there's a couple people just like, is that person like dying? Because like there's some red where there shouldn't be red there.
Yeah. So we got to Vegas. The first thing we did was take a nap, take a shower.
Oh yeah.
Then we went to check out the actual like convention that was going on.
No, we were just down on the casino floor.
Oh, me and Phil met
And
Bricky
then-
like 3 times.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, the first time, and by Bricky, we mean Bricky Orchid 8 to anyone who watches his videos. When me and Phil first got to the casino, we're just vibing at the front, waiting for, I think we're waiting on Eminent, and then Bricky just like materializes from the fucking ether. And me and Phil have watched some of his older videos. So Phil was like, "Hey, Nip Nip," and he was like, "There's no fucking way you've seen those videos." And I'm like, "Oh man, little do you know."
Yeah,
I've seen one. Fun. I've seen 1, 2, 3, and the entitled 4th part on your DayZ episode, or no, I think it's not DayZ.
Anyway,
no, maybe it is DayZ.
Fuck, I've got hiccups now.
So that was really cool because I've been watching his videos for a while. So meeting him was
go drink water.
Really nice. But yeah, the
reveal was amazing. I enjoyed going. If I didn't go for anything else, I would just love to go to the reveal just for itself.
The only thing about and by reveal we mean that we I don't know. We're not gonna say anything because I know like GW has released like the reveals.
No, they already did.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. They were just very strict. Like, if any of this gets leaked, we'll never do a reveal again. So we didn't want. I just want to cover my ass. But like, they did reveals for 40K, AOS, Warcry, Kill Team, Underworlds, and
30K.
So they did reveals for almost every single 40 Warhammer game. They didn't do one for Aeronautica.
Yeah.
Or Titanicus.
Yeah.
But beyond those two, they all had reveals. But like, half of the reveals, the music was like aggressively loud, and all of the music had like metal clanking high pitched noise. We have like the ching sound, but it'd be loud as shit. So like my tinnitus was not having a good time.
Yeah.
But that was the only complaint I had. The reveals themselves were cool.
Source Warriors look so pretty. The Slan look so pretty.
All I'm saying is, when I say the Saurus Warriors look good, I mean is the Saurus Warriors.
My least favorite thing
they
about
look
that entire
look
reveal.
like they did in Total War Warhammer 2. So yeah, they look good.
My least favorite thing about that entire reveal is Arbites.
Is what?
What are you talking about? Oh yeah, no, I told you GW has officially stated that it's not Arbites from 40K. They're not pronounced Arbites; they're pronounced Arbites. And
fuck that.
I reject their logic.
Like,
reject
I'm like,
modernity. Return to Arbite.
Yeah, reject Arbites. Return to Arbite.
That was my least favorite thing about the entire thing. They look great, but I'm like, at first I don't play Kill Team. Second, no,
Listen,
it's not Arbites.
All I'm saying is
Arbites sounds like diabetes, and that's all.
Listen, what do you have? Type 2 RBDs?
It's like whenever I hear anyone say Robute, I'm like, no, it's Roboot.
I say Robooty Gorilla Man, but that's because I'm making fun of his
No,
name.
but when people are like Robute Gilliman, it's like no.
It's Reboot. But no, my apparently GW is going to be releasing a more like, this is how these are actually pronounced, but like they're British, they don't count.
Exactly. They don't know how to speak English.
I swear, if it's Abaddon instead of Abaddon, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, I'm sorry.
It's not Space Marine, it's Space Marines.
Marini.
It's not Primarch, it's Parmikis.
It's like how the Land Raider got its name.
Oh god, yeah, by fucking
yeah,
so and so Land, right? His last name was Land.
Yeah, it's just like,
it's so
why?
stupid.
It's so bad.
It's like Johnny Space.
But yeah, so that's all Thursday was. We got to Vegas. We did some game. I hit part 1 of my winning streak on slots. And then we went to the reveal, and that was basically, we had some pretty good pho. That was good.
Oh man, that pho was pretty good.
For like a chain restaurant, that pho was pretty good.
That pho was pretty good.
And
it's
then
like the best meal we had in Vegas.
Oh yeah, there will be a whole ass rant on that one.
Dude, my nachos are great.
Fuck off.
So are my fajitas, but just seeing how everyone else's food. You know what?
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. I'm sure Philip will have a lot to say about it.
But no, so
Day two.
But yeah, we got to the reveal. We went
Day
to sleep.
2, we slept until like noon. At least I did.
No, we got up about 10:30. It was
No, it was later. It was like closer to noon.
Then I got up before you because I know I was up on my feet before 12. It wasn't like crazy before 12, but it was before 12. But you were also pretty fucking dead, so.
Yeah. But no, anyway.
So, no, we forgot one thing about Thursday. The line
to
register. So there was a line. So how LVO worked, I don't know how this always works, but how it worked in this go around was, we buy our tickets online. I had printed out my ticket. You can have it on your phone, whatever. And then you can buy your ticket, and then they scan the ticket to register it, and then you get a wristband. And if you have the wristband, you can get in the convention. The line to register, just to get in to the fucking convention to get your armband, wrapped around like 3 separate hallways all the way back out to the casino
It
floor.
was literally a mile long.
Like there's no
Nah,
there's
it's
no
like a quarter mile.
there's no real way for me to
It's a
specify.
quarter-mile walk.
It's a quarter. It was more than a quarter mile.
There's
Yeah,
no real way
sure.
for us to verbally tell you how long these hallways were, but it was 3 hallways, and each hallway was long as shit. And then it was out into the casino floor. Like if we had been in that line, it would have been a 4.5 to 5 hour wait.
Yeah, I said fuck that and just registered the next day.
Well, no, we ended up registering later that day when the line had died down. But like, once again, like when we first saw it, it was like 5 and it was miserable. And then we went and registered at like 9 and the line was just then getting small. So like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it would have been fucking miserable. The line was gigantic. But oh, and they had a really cool Space Marine like statue, cardboard foam statue thing.
That
Yeah.
wasn't correctly painted.
Was it not?
No.
Was it supposed? It was supposed to be an Ultramarine, right?
Yeah.
It looked Crimson Fist. It was so that
No,
that
no, no,
dark
That was such a
blue-
dark
That
blue.
No,
dark
the really
blue
funny
looked
thing
Crimson
about it.
Fist.
No, the really funny thing about it is, so you know the joke about like speed painters online, how like they'll only paint the part that you're gonna see in the photograph. They won't paint like the back of the backpack or the underside or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was literally the Space Marine. Like, if you actually looked at the back of it, where, like, it's not head-on that you're going to see for all the photos, like, the paint job was absolute ass.
Well, this is what I will say. Do you want to know why this?
It looks like it was done by contrast.
Do you want to know why the Ultramarine was painted incorrectly?
Ah.
It's because they use Ultramarine blue, and Ultramarine blue does not work for Ultramarines.
Yeah, Ultramarine blue is the
Ultra-
wrong kind of blue.
Yeah, Ultramarine
Yeah.
blue is good for Crimson Fist because that makes sense.
No, don't look at me.
Air
Well,
quotations.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
yeah.
Oh, but yeah. So that was day 1.
Yeah, so then...
Oh, Johnny showed up and he slept in my closet.
That was day 3. No, that was day 2.
No, that was
the
day
next
1.
Did he get there that night?
No,
that was day 2.
no, he got there
That
the
was day
next
2.
night. 'Cause
No,
he
yeah,
didn't
you're
fly
right.
until Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, right. No, yeah.
But yeah, so then day 2 rolled around, and that was when we really started to have fun, because that was whenever we went and started hanging out in the actual...
We had the best
Convention
meal of
hall.
the trip, and it was the best meal of the trip because we went to Cracker Barrel.
The cheapest. I got a
Yep.
pancake and I drank so
Listen,
much coffee.
Yeah.
I bought me and Emmett at breakfast, and it was $30, and I spent more than that at every other restaurant I went to, and none of it was as satisfying.
I
Oh,
spent
yeah.
$20 on biscuits and gravy
Oh yeah!
In the
oh my
casino.
god, that wasn't. Yeah, 'cause
in the
Mitchell got up
casino,
super
and
early.
I was
yeah.
so pissed. Like, are you kidding me? My eggs are fried. They're not over easy. This is such the worst biscuits and gravy I've ever had in my life.
Mitchell went to the breakfast place and he sat down. He was like, "Well, I'm already here, so I guess I might as well eat." And what he got fed was bitter disappointment because then me and Phil and we all got over like, "Cool, we're going to Cracker Barrel." Mitchell's like, "Oh, okay." And we sit down. He's like, "I'm not gonna get anything because I've already eaten." And we sit down. He's like, "Oh, we get a pancake."
So I got one singular pancake.
So then I ordered something that came with biscuits and gravy, and they brought me a basket of rolls and like a tub of
Oh,
gravy.
those weren't rolls. Those were biscuits.
Yep.
Or yeah, a basket of biscuits. But like literally, this was like something you'd find at like whenever you order not like chips and salsa. This was the way they served
This
it.
was
like,
the country version of that. It was a
Yeah.
basket of biscuits and gravy. Some good ass biscuits too. They're nice
yeah,
and dense.
those
It
were
was
good. That was some good biscuits.
If
and
you
gravy.
are ever in a place that has a Cracker Barrel, I would hardly recommend it because the food's fantastic and they have a gift shop in front of it, which is always really cool. Has some neat shit. We are not sponsored by them. I just really enjoy Cracker Barrel.
I now have a Hephaestus.
The boy. Oh my goodness.
I don't know why I have a Hephaestus.
I'll take Hephaestus off your hands.
No.
Okay. That was the appropriate answer. But yeah, so we go get breakfast, and then we go back to the. Did we go to Caesar's Palace that day, or was it the next day?
You know, it was that day because we were already out and about.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So well, there wasn't much for us to do Friday because Mitchell didn't play until Sunday, and we were hungry, so we had to go out. And then we're out. We're like, cool, we're out, so we might as well go do a little sightseeing. We weren't gonna do a bunch of crazy sightseeing. Like we didn't go to the old strip or anything, just because, we had a bunch of stuff to do at the convention. But we did go to Caesar's Palace, and that's like the really big casino.
I remember when we were driving in to get to the Rio, and I remember looking up and seeing the big old like C for Caesar's Palace, and I was like, "Oh, cool, Caesar's Palace." And then I saw another one,
And you saw another one.
and then I saw another one, And
Phil,
then I saw another one,
so-
and I was like, Jesus Christ, how big is this place?
Phil was like, "Are these like multiple casinos or something?" I'm like, "No, they're all the same fucking casino."
yeah.
I remember when
Caesar's Palace is fucking
Because
huge.
this was Phil and Mitchell's first time going to Vegas, I think, and Phil made the joke, "Oh, I bet when we get out of the plane, there's gonna be like slot machines like 100 feet from the gate." No, we go in and there was like slot machines like 30 feet from the gate, and I'm like, "Yep." We went to a grinky dinky fucking gas station. There were slot machines in that bitch too. But yeah, it was their first time, so I wanted to at least show them Caesar's Palace. There's a bunch of different places we could have gone, but because there was a convention, I didn't push for it because I wanted us to spend time at the convention.
We didn't go to Chippendales.
We didn't go to Chippendales, guys. Nor did we see their. You know what?
No,
No.
don't even.
No,
don't start making the
do that.
jokes.
Not on podcast.
Yeah, no. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But yeah, no, we went to Caesar's Palace, and Phil and Mitchell were just like, "What the? It was it was fucking huge."
Yeah, trying to convince me to buy a $200 or $300 shirt.
I thought it
that
was-
shirt.
oh, yeah.
That shirt. It was $283, and that shirt did scream you though. It, looked
It
bad.
really
That
did.
shirt was you, but also like that
Not for
shirt was-
$283.
Yeah, shirt was expensive.
But yeah, no, there's basically a whole strip mall in Caesar's Palace, and they have like big ass water fountains. They have like animatronic shows and whatnot. It's fucking crazy.
Also, real quick. Can we
Oh,
just-
and that was when I had my first nosebleed. No, my second. I had my first one on the day we got there,
Oh yeah.
and then I had one on Friday, and then I had one. on
Did you look into nasal moisturizer?
Well, now that I'm here, I don't fucking need it. But next time I go to a fucking desert, yes, I will be looking into nasal moisturizers.
But yeah.
Because that
So-
shit was rough.
Then Friday, that's when we started to like go into the convention center, and we met some of the people there with their booths and whatnot.
Yeah, we didn't spend too much time in there. Well,
Saturday
we
was
saw-
when we spent a lot of time.
we met Tabletop Titans.
Yes, we did meet Tabletop Titans.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. There was a
Really, we only showed up like Friday evening, like right before it closed. Because they closed early. They closed at like 6.
Yeah.
And
yeah, on Friday they did.
well, no, that was all the days.
No, I thought one that closed at 8.
No, they
Oh.
closed at 6 on all the
I
days.
gotcha.
On Sunday, they closed at 4.
So what's weird and we're not used to yet is we're not used to being famous yet.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
let's not be jackasses about it. There was one of the people at Tabletop Titans knew the podcast, and
By the way, hi Melanie.
Small like silence to give her the chance to say hi back.
Exactly.
Yes.
and unpause. But yeah, so like they knew the podcast, and that was super fucking cool because like that's the first time we've been recognized at all. We didn't really get recognized. Eminent was talking to them, and then she had just brought up that we were here, and she knew of us then. So she didn't, because our faces weren't on the internet at that point. But she knew of us from the podcast, so that was really weird because like that was the first time we'd ever had someone be like, "Oh yeah, I know who they are," and then we saw them in person. And it was kind of surreal. It was really cool. Me and Mitchell had like horrible anxiety the entire time. We were like,
We're just like, I got.
How do we approach strangers who know what we
Philip
do?
just being the Philip himself, just like, I want to talk to you. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Me and Mitchell were internally
Oh.
screeching, but no, it was really good. She was super fucking cool. All the people she worked with, Tabletop Titans in general, was absolutely
Yeah.
fantastic. They were super cool.
That was a lot of fun.
Super
Oh, we
cool
ended up
people.
running into Miniac.
Yes.
Yep.
And like I got to tell him how much I absolutely love his video on airbrush setup
Yeah.
and tuning.
Duncan Rhodes popped in a couple times. We saw him a couple times.
I
Yeah.
saw him a few times. Who else did we see?
I saw one of my favorite podcasters, Dayton from the Party at the All Points podcast.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
ended up playing like right next to him, didn't you?
Yeah.
Twice. Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
Well, you actually played against Tabletop Titans too, right?
Yes.
And they fucking crushed you.
Oh, absolutely.
Stomped.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Sundays, it's whole fucking shtick.
Yeah.
The whole spiel. But yeah,
But
so
Friday we really only showed up for just a short amount of time, and then Conquest was there, which is their own tabletop game.
I was
And
like,
we were like,
hey.
oh yeah, we want to play a quick game and like learn how to play. And they were like, oh cool. And then they were like, oh yeah, by the way, we're shutting down in 15 minutes. And we was like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
well, we'll be back tomorrow.
What I find what's really funny for me is Mitchell was like, we should go demo Conquest and talk to them. Then Mitchell spent like 2.5 minutes with Conquest, and me and Phil lived at their fucking table the entire convention.
Oh, yeah.
because we met the creator and the other people that were working at the table, and they were all super fucking cool people. And we just talked, had a great time. Me and Phil did the demo. Really fun game. If y'all looking for a tabletop game but you don't want to do 40K, I would hardly recommend Conquest because even
40K or AOS.
or yeah, and if you want to do tabletop but you don't want to do a Warhammer IP,
Yeah.
I would definitely suggest
such amazing
Conquest.
people.
It was, and we're in no way, shape, or form like endorsed or sponsored by them. It was just from the little bit we played.
But if
Really
we
enjoyed
do,
it.
if we have the chance,
Oh yeah.
send us an email.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, our email's in the description. Anywho,
Hey,
but no.
Joey, if you want to send us an email.
just from the demo me and Phil played, it was super fun. Really, it's complicated, but in a simple way. If that
I'm
makes
gonna
sense.
get my dead
Also,
Romans.
the one cool thing that I really like about Conquest is that they all of their rules are posted online.
I thought your favorite thing was the fact that ones are the best in that game.
Okay, that's
so
pretty fucking
Philip-
handy too.
Listen. All I'm saying is Philip rolls habitual one, so he is a god of that game, and I still beat him in the demo.
To be fair, the point of the demo was that like you had to kill one model. My point of the demo was to not die.
Should have pulled that motherfucker back.
I couldn't.
Yeah, during your turn.
I could have, but like it wouldn't have done anything.
Excuse
really.
me, but
All it
Philip,
would have done is open it
Philip
up
is a
and-
manly man, and he was there for a good time, not a long time.
Exactly.
All I'm saying is I rolled. There was one time where Philip did damage, and I had to make like 9 saves, and I'm like, cool, I got this, and I rolled the dice, and I was like, cool, that's 7 6s and 2 3s. Where the fuck are these rolls when I play Warhammer? Because Philip had nothing but 1s, and that's the best roll in Conquest.
Yeah, I was
He
rolling-
had nothing but 6s, and I was just like, God, are you there?
Yeah, I was rolling like consistent 1s and 2s, and I was like, I'm okay with this.
I was living with 5s and 6s, and I was like, I swear to God, the next fucking game Warhammer I play, if I don't roll like this, I'm killing someone. Possibly myself.
Okay, I do want to make a statement. It's really weird about Conquest is that their photos do not do the justice of the models
Yeah, they really
online.
Something that I really like about the models is they're at 32mm scale. So their models are bigger and a little chunkier than 40Ks in AOSs, which I really enjoy. And the detail in those fucking things are spectacular.
Yeah.
Like even their first line, like the first line models. So when the game first came out, these were the first models they made. Even they just look good. Like they just look good. There's nothing crazy about them. They just look good. Just good quality models, and they're bigger, so they're a little easier to paint.
Okay.
Not super cramped. It was
The
fantastic.
Fallen Divinity from the Old Dominion looks amazing. Plus the Apex Predator, which is the orc riding the dinosaur.
Dude, War Drone, orc riding dinosaurs.
Also, the Abomination.
Ugh. Dude, the cavalry for the 100 Kingdoms. Like the cavalry,
my
the
God,
cavalry that they
yes.
had at the demo.
Yeah.
That looked really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that was really
no,
cool.
So-
it was just fantastic.
When y'all were playing, I just went back and I picked up all these these Spartan Greek guys.
Oh, the city
Oh,
states.
yeah.
And I was just looking at these and I was like, damn, these are painted really nice. And she Joey turned around and she's like, hey, those are our studio models. Can you put those down? And I was like, oh,
Please don't touch.
okay. Just
Mitchell's
put it
just
back
there
down.
putting his hand oils
and
on them.
And then I, she wanted to say, please don't touch. It's like, I don't know if you can touch those or not.
Yeah.
Because the creator of the game is literally 2
Right.
feet away from me. And I'm
And-
doing this right next to him.
Yeah.
And then-
Joey was the woman that was working there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was super cool.
Yeah, I really
Um,
like talking with her.
And I get back here later when we return from Las Vegas, I'm looking at all the city state stuff and I'm like, I touched those models.
I
touched those models.
They were in
my
the palm
hand.
of my hand.
I did it.
Dude, City States is super cool because City States is basically just like they're kind of like ye old Spartans from ancient Greece, but also like it's mythical, so you have minotaurs and shit. But also they're steampunk.
Yeah.
So like it's a really cool aesthetic.
It's not steampunk, but
Techno.
Techno
They're like
esque.
techno punk.
Technopunk.
Yeah.
Or there's some type of like weird advanced-ish technology that they have, and they look really good.
Oh yeah.
I liked the blue on those studio models. Those look
Yeah,
good.
that
That
was
looked
so
really
good.
good. But no, we got to talk to the creator for a good long while on Saturday about all just the lore and the backstory of Conquest. And that
Super
was
cool lore.
So cool.
I'm actually going to request we not get into lore in this episode because we'll be talking about it for 3.5 hours. But all that I
Yes.
will say is that the lore for Conquest is wacky. It's super cool. It's very just interesting. And really,
I can
really
see
well
why
put together.
he hated. So one thing that Joey told us is that the creator, whose name I am absolutely blanking on, it's
Let's call him Dave at the moment.
no.
I'm going to
It's,
call him that really cool guy that makes that badass game.
Dave.
Steve.
It's something kind of like Steve, but it's not Steve.
Steven?
No,
Stefan?
no, it's like
Stefan.
drastically different. It's like Stefik or something like that. Stevik. I don't remember now.
Man, only play one.
I feel really bad.
He's that really cool guy that makes that badass game.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Also known as Steve.
But no, he was really cool.
AK.
He was really cool to talk to, and he told us he was
He
like
lore dumped. He lore dumped hard. I mean, Phil just like, yes, please give us more.
feed.
Just drank that with a fucking straw.
Oh yeah.
What got me too is like he was very passionate.
Oh yeah.
And so there's one thing to be able to create a story, and that takes time and it takes skill. But it's entirely different when you do it and you truly love it and you have passion for it, and it really just shows. Because you can make something all day long. Like, even if it's good, if you don't love it, you can just tell the difference in quality. And he really seemed like he loved what he was doing, and that it was just nice. It was nice to see.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then all of the people who were there working at the stand as well, they were all really passionate about it too, and it was really cool.
Yeah, it was a really cool. So me and Phil talked to them for a while.
But
Then
one
I
thing that I
showed
do
up.
like about the game itself, though, is that all of their rules are posted online. And whenever you buy a box of models, it comes with a card in it, and that's like their stat card. But it doesn't have stats listed. It actually has a QR code that takes you to their website, and then once they eventually get it up and running, their actual like app, and then all of the rules, like all of the balancing rules, are adjusted like real time on the app. So you don't have to go out, buy a codex, and then 3 months later it's invalidated when they change all the rules because all the rules are online.
Basically, what they're doing is they're making an app, kind of like what GW did, but they're skipping the part where the app sucks balls for the first like year that it's out.
Actually, the iOS app is great.
And going straight to, I'm talking about the 40K app specifically.
Yeah,
they're skipping the whole like our app sucks donkey dick for like a year straight, and they're going straight to like, this is our app, and it's actually functional.
Yeah, no, and it's gonna be really handy.
Gosh, I can't wait. I went to Game Castle on my way to the hockey game yesterday, and apparently I didn't notice it because I live in Bryan, but the entirety of Central Texas froze over.
Philip hasn't been to work in like 7 days.
So I'm sitting over here.
No, I left work Wednesday before LVO, and I haven't been back, and this is the weekend after LVO.
What I find really funny is I was talking to Phil, and I'm like, hey man, with the freeze, you think it's going to affect your work? He's like, no, I'm going to work. I'm going to work, and even if I don't go to work, I'm working emergency. I'm going to be working. And then the next day it's like, hey Philip, it's your boss, we're not working for the entire week. And I'm like, oh wow, look at that.
To be fair, the free
No, I know.
the freezes usually don't matter to us. It's just that this new judge is like, oh no, like that, no.
In the spirit of the show we watched today, I'm just breaking your balls.
Yeah, no, I had to go to work. There was like no ice on the road here.
Oh yeah, no, I was talking to Mitchell about like Phil not really having work yet. Mitchell's like, I went to work. I've been to work every day since I got back. I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But I went to Game Castle because I was on the way to the HEB Center, and they were closed because they're like, our pipes burst, and I was like,
Oh no.
I feel like
you're like the only store in my general vicinity that sells Conquest.
I feel it's super wacky to like, especially to like Aussie or Norky, because they live in like Switzerland and Poland and whatnot. When we're like, oh yes, we here in Texas got a possibility of ice, and the entire fucking state shut down, whereas they live considerably more north than us. That's like, I live in the ice.
No. Who was I talking to? I was talking to someone at LVO, and I like made that joke about how like Texas shuts down in the winter.
Shuts the fuck
And
down.
they had a really good laugh about it because they were like, oh yeah, I went to work in like 2 foot of snow.
Listen, I trudged uphill in the snow barefoot for 7 miles.
I always make the arguments because when it gets below freezing here, it just doesn't get below freezing. It ices.
Yeah.
And it will rain like a good 4 to 5 hours before it finally reaches below the freezing temperature. So all the roads have like a good half-inch layer of ice
Honestly,
on them.
and that's if we're lucky, because what Texas does do notoriously is fucking sleet and ice. Like, ice is bad, but sleet, miserable, because how businesses see sleet in Texas is like, well, the roads aren't frozen, so you can still go to work, so get fucked. But what sleet actually is like, yeah, the roads aren't frozen, but there's still ice on it. But there's also water. So you know how the entire state can't drive in water or ice?
Now there's both.
Now there's both. Have fun, fucker. And yeah, it sleet's miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it
Like,
sucks.
do you want to get hit by wet ice? Have fun with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, so we were talking to them for a while, and like on the spot, I bought a starter set of Spire.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna.
And then I
my
bought
fucking
no.
the whole just the whole model thing.
Oh,
they're not restocking.
Oh my
shit.
god!
Oh my god! I'm
the
so
creator
pissed.
was so pissed about that too. But no, so like on the spot, I bought a box of Spire, and then I figured, and then someone asked me, "Hey, how are you gonna fit that back in your carry-on?" And I was like, "I don't know, but we're gonna find out."
By taking it out of the box and leaving the box there.
Oh yeah, no, I left my box in my hotel room.
But yeah, that was super cool. We also, those dice.
That was cool. What were they called? Misty Mountain.
Misty Mountain, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a booth next to the Conquest booth that sold a plethora of dice, as well as like leather dice trays, leather bags, drinking horns, mugs, things like that we accidentally ended up doing advertising for because Ryan bought like 16 bone dice.
Oh yeah.
But they had
They were selling like actual authentic bone dice.
Water buffalo.
Yeah, water buffalo bone dice.
Yeah, so Phil bought and for every 3 purchases, you got 1 purchase free. So Phil bought 6 dice and got 2 dice for free.
Yeah.
And we played Farkle with them, and it was
that was a trip.
But they were just really cool dice, and they also had really nice stone dice for like 100. It was $90, but $100 after tax. And I bought that for Jess. It was a really nice blue cat eye. It was the stone was cat eye. And it was a nice dark blue that I got for Jess, and those were really beautiful. And the cool thing is everything you buy from them has a lifetime warranty. So like yeah.
So I bought like whenever I went over there, I literally just grabbed like 8 dice off the top of because they just had them in a bowl, and I just grabbed 8 dice off the top, and I was like, yeah, I'd like to buy these, please. And they were like, oh yeah, sure. And so I bought them, and then I went over and I was sitting down and I was playing with them and I was rolling them, and I looked at them and I realized like there were a couple of my dice that the pips on them weren't correctly like painted in. Like the pips either hadn't been inked correctly or they had like worn away or something. And so I took these 2 dice that had like the screwed up pips, and I went back over and I was like, hey, hate to be a bother, but like I bought these from you and they don't seem to. Like, the pips on them are a little messed up, and I was just wondering, like, what I can do to fix them. And he was like, oh, well, what you can do to fix them is you can give them to me, and I'll give you 2 new ones.
2 new ones, yeah. What you can do for repair is to give me the dice. Oh, man, I will say that while those bone dice are cool as shit, they are so not cut symmetrically.
Oh, no, but that's their charm.
It's kind of the aesthetic.
I bought Tabletop Titan dice and play on tabletop dice.
I really enjoy the color of the table, like that matte purple. I think it looks really good.
I need to buy more.
So good.
It looks so good.
But, and then you can take him to LVO with you next year. Whenever you play against more of the tabletop crew, you can be like, I'm going to beat you with your own dice.
Yes.
You just have to get good.
No.
What I did love.
Well, I will be mean to them, and I'll beat them with Cruel Boys. That's what I
Oh,
will do.
guys. The Chaos God candles. The Chaos God candles.
Nurgle smelt like
Axe body spray, which was somehow accurate.
Like, no, not just Axe body spray, but Axe body spray in the middle of a high school hallway.
Yeah, no, it smelled like the Axe body spray you smell in a boys' locker room in a middle school after sweaty football practice. They're like, how do we smell good again? And they just dump a can of fucking Axe on their sweaty, disgusting bodies, and it just smells like burnt fucking ass at the end of it. That's what Nurgle's candles smelled like.
Slaanesh smelled like
what was it?
Musk.
Cheap. What was it? Like cheap
body
sweaty
oil.
body oils.
Cheap body oil.
Yeah.
Zinch's candles smelt really, really good, which I think made sense because it's a trap. And Corn's
gonna burn your house down.
Yeah, right.
I really expected corn to smell like cinnamon.
Iron. I expected Corn's to have an irony, like a metallic iron smell to it.
But it was just good.
It was just good.
It was like sandalwood or something.
My favorite were Corn and Zinch. Zinch is the best in my opinion, but also kind of like it's trap. So
yeah,
I will say whenever I bought Nagash, I didn't see Nagash anywhere on the shelf, so I approached one of the workers at the GW store, and I'm like, hey, I didn't see it on the shelf, so I'm assuming you don't have it, but I just wanted to know, like, do you have a Nagash? And he's like, wait here, and I'm like just sitting there toodle-a-doo and he was like, hey kid, I'm like, yeah, the Lord of Undeath, and I'm like, give me that fucking model. I have a box. That box needs to be opened by a certain someone.
Well, yeah, no, that was fun.
Oh my gosh, I have 4 of the gods in my closet at the moment.
Listen, Mitchell, like I said before, the ball's in your court now. My birthday's coming up. What you got for me, homie? The war continues.
So far, nothing. So
one of these days, it's going to amount to someone getting someone a Titan. I know it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah. But no, so
you want to spit in my face and get me a Gargant?
Who else? God. Who else did we talk
I'll
to?
take you to
so then we went over
Grapevine.
to Creature Caster. And so the Creature Caster booth is also the people who do play on tabletop.
And real quick, this is what happened
Well,
Friday.
one of them is.
It was two of them.
The things that we're talking about, all the talking we did, happened on Friday and Saturday because nothing really happened Friday and Saturday besides us going to the convention, eating food at really disappointing restaurants, and me being a god at gambling. So this is just all the talking we did while we were at the convention for Friday and Saturday.
I don't know if you can call yourself a god of gambling when you didn't hit a jackpot.
I came out positive. That's
You know what?
harder
That's
than
fair.
you think in Vegas.
That's fair.
Now, to be fair, the food, all the restaurants made my winnings pointless, but
Yeah. Yeah. Food's
So
fucking
we
expensive.
go over to the Creature Caster booth, and we met the god that is Ryan.
Oh, yeah. So we went over to Creature Caster because, like, Creature Caster, cool models. Like, big monster. And, like, they're cool as shit, and they're cool guys to talk to.
What are these paints over
And
here?
then they were like, ooh, hey, what's
Cephalophod-
this paint
was it
here?
Cephalophod, I think? Cephalophid?
Cuttlefish.
Cuttlefish?
Cuttlefish paints.
Cuttlefish paints.
Cuttlefish paints from Cephalopod Studios.
Cephalopod Studios. Listen. If you want some good, opaque paints...
Their glaze system.
No, not opaque.
No, they're glazes. Not, transparent. They're like semi-transparent glazes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want good fucking glazes, Cuttlefish.
Yeah.
They looked amazing.
So imagine.
I still am mad I didn't get any Vegas nights because, like, God damn it, Edeneth.
Yeah.
I told you what was in the Vegas Nights paint.
No,
right?
he showed us the pictures.
What was Mitchell there?
Yeah. That was
Yes,
when we were
you
all standing
Yeah,
around
they were all
outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it is that paint system. I will be buying slowly the full Monty of
The
it.
fullest.
No. The fullest Monty.
Well, I cannot spend the $500 that it is just to get all the paints.
Oh, is it really?
Yes, it's
They
expensive.
have
okay.
like fucking 40 or 50 paint.
No, they have 112. The fullest Monty is 112 paints.
And those bottles
which,
are
to be fair, at like $5
Yeah.
a bottle, like
and
that's
those
pretty
bottles
reasonable.
are big and those fucking bottle types.
They're
are
22
big.
milliliters.
They're the Proacryl bottles.
The bottle types are
Oh,
fantastic.
we actually got some hot tea on those bottles, by the way.
Yeah,
So Proacryl is a really good paint.
that's my main paint that I use.
Yeah, that's the one that Mitchell loves. But they were buying their bottles from Creature Caster.
No,
because...
it was a partnership.
Or no, that's right. You're right. So that was a partnership, but Creature Caster holds the patent on the bottles. And then when Proacryl and Creature Caster went their separate ways, Creature Caster held on to the bottles, and then they came to Ryan and they were like, "Hey,
you want some dope bottles?
you want some dope bottles?" And Ryan is the guy who makes all the paint. He like literally mixes it in his house, and then employs slave labor to bottle them.
His kids, not
The autograph.
Oh god.
Kevin.
Yeah, and then his business partner Kevin will occasionally autograph random bottles.
Kevin
Yeah,
has his
apparently
own. Kevin has his own paint.
Yes.
Kevin has no paint. Oh, but and
Oh.
while
The 51st shade.
the 51st,
one of their shades
it's
of
a gray. It's
gray.
a gray paint called
Yeah.
the 51st gray.
The 51st shade is what it's called.
Oh, that was amazing. And I remember Phil was showing me. I didn't get it. He was like, 50 shades of it. I'm like, oh my god, really?
Yep.
But while we're on the topic of paints, tooth and coats.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was why Duncan was there. Is he was doing a painting class, and he was displaying his new paint line Tooth and Coats.
Just fantastic.
I
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoyed it. They have a, I think it's called Demonic Red, and that red is so damn
it's
bright.
It's like the best red
So
I've seen.
it is a red meant to highlight red without being pink or orange.
Yeah.
It's just a red that looks good on red, and it's just red.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. So that was actually something really cool that we got to see at LVO. Was we got to see two different two different styles of paint that were both absolutely phenomenal. So there was Cuttlefish paint by
Which is
Creature
kind of more
Caster.
like imagine like a contrast-esque, but
Yeah,
like
it's glazes.
It's really good on Zenithal primes.
Yeah, it's a glaze style. So that's very much like if you want to build up colors over time, and it allows for almost like a wet wet
transitions.
mixing transition.
Really good for pulling colors through and making really unique looks on your models.
Yes.
Exactly. And then there was Two Thin Coats. And Two Thin Coats is just you're gonna put two thin coats of this paint on this
good.
model, and that's the color you're gonna get.
Like they're just good old fashioned paints, but they're just good quality. Like
Yeah.
I am like I've said before, I am 100% the weakest painter of the three.
I'm probably the strongest.
And
Yeah.
I was when
no contest.
They actually had display models for you to paint with their paints. You just give it a try.
Yeah, like
and
literally, you just sat down and picked up a paintbrush and started painting.
And, when my fucking hands would stop shaking and I actually got paint on plastic, there weren't any brush strokes. The colors weren't uneven or anything. They were just nice and solid, and they were just good. And I'm not good at painting. I'm really bad about brush strokes and things like that. So my slogan for Tooth and Paints right now is
Tooth and Coats.
Tooth and Coats is, when you suck at painting, Tooth and Coats.
Yeah.
Because I suck at painting, and it was just good.
Yeah. I believe their paint is the best for not leaving streaks or brush marks behind. Like, it is actually, they went to every single paint line that they could find, and theirs is the best.
Yeah.
For not leaving streaks
and also
behind.
for color variety, for good color variety.
Yeah.
So for just good base coats, they are probably the best on the market at the moment.
And if y'all want to look into this for yourselves, I think they're kickstarting their second wave.
Yes.
Yeah. And if you like painting, or if you're not super confident in your painting abilities and you just want some good, just quality paints, nothing crazy, I would suggest looking into it because it was fantastic. And we all got sampler bottles.
Yeah.
I got a purple for my nids.
Dude, you know what happened to all the sampler bottles that didn't get taken? Like
They
taken by people.
They got given to Parabellum Games.
Yeah, no, Joey took all of them.
Yeah, Conquest. Conquest is owned by Parabellum Games. So yeah, took all that shit.
I was standing over by the Conquest booth while they were shutting down, and Joey just walks over with this bag of paints, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
You want colored liquid?
It was literally a gallon Ziploc bag, and it was like filled with paints.
That's amazing.
I love that. Do we want to talk about Ryan more, about how awesome of a guy
He's just a really cool guy, man.
Yeah, he streams his painting.
While we were setting up, I was actually watching him paint.
I would recommend taking a look at his stream. He's a really good painter.
Yeah. Oh no, it was great. We were like, oh yeah. We just saw the paints. We wanted to come over and like say hi, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not a very good painter, but here's some things I've been working on."
I'm not a very good painter. Clearly, a very good painter.
Yeah, it's like, gee, thanks, Ryan. But no, he's a super cool guy.
Really,
definitely
really
my favorite
fun to
Irishman.
What was super funny is we were talking about the dice table, Misty Mountain dice, and to Ryan, and Phil was talking about those bone dice, and Phil was like, "Yeah, and I got these bone," and then the second that came around, I was like, "Where can I find these dice?"
Yeah,
and then he just fucking scuttled over there really quickly and bought like 16 of them or something like that.
No, he did the same thing I did. He bought 6 and got 2 for free.
But he did it twice, didn't he?
And then he went back and did it again.
He did it again. He was like, "Yes, these dice, I vibe.
Yes,
I vibe hard."
Oh no, it was great. That's actually something funny
Mitchell,
that happened.
Are you cuddling with your cat?
While we were
Hephaestus cat cam coming soon.
when we were checking through TSA to get onto our flight Thursday morning, I actually got pulled out of line to get my luggage searched because they found my metal dice in my backpack, and they were like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, my metal dice." And they were like, "All right, I guess this is acceptable."
What I find fucking hilarious is when we were going to Vegas and on the first flight, Philip goes into the metal detector.
I'm no longer Birdman.
We'll get to that. Philip goes to the fucking metal detector to like do this thing.
Oh no, it's not the metal detector. It's like the full body scan.
The full body scan, and they're like, "Sir, I'm going to need you to step aside." Because both me and Phil got hit for TSA because my speaker apparently looked like a bomb, and Philip committed the biggest sin. He had a hair tie in his pocket.
Yeah, no,
and
dude,
that was unacceptable.
They pulled me aside. They were like, "What do you have in your pocket?" And I was like, "I don't think I have anything in my pocket." And I empty out my pocket. I'm like, "Oh yeah, my hair tie. Sorry about that." And they were like, "Are you fucking kidding?" Like the look in the guy's eye of, "I thought you said your pockets were empty."
Little did they know.
Like, I'm sorry, I thought it was.
Little did they know that hair tie was contained monofilament wire laced with micro C4 that we were planning to take out the entirety of Las Vegas with.
Could you please not put me on the watch list? Thank you.
But yeah, no. Like me, I get because my speaker was in my bag. It's kind of conspicuous. And it's obviously very electronic.
I look like the weird one with a cake pan going everywhere.
Yeah, fucking cake pan flew through fucking security every goddamn time.
Magnets, metal, all the glue in the world.
I'm surprised I didn't get hit going in and coming out because I had my fucking vape with me. I had liquid and shit. And I was like, what do I have to do to not get in trouble for having ion lithium batteries, liquid, and a fucking electronic vape? 3 things the airport's like, listen, motherfucker, I'll throw that shit in the trash. And
Never an issue.
I only got hit once. I got hit once, and it wasn't even for that. It was my fucking speaker.
Yep, nope. And then of course there's me, and I again I got hit. Also, like the TSA agents in Austin were kind of dicks.
Dude, the TSA agent in fucking Vegas was a prick.
Which is funny because I loved the people in Vegas.
Well, no, it was a
but I went through a
one.
different line.
Yeah, it was different because I went through the electronics line essentially.
But no, so we're checking in Austin, and I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? And they're like, oh yeah, do this, this, and this. Oh yeah, you don't need to take your watch off or anything like that. And I was like, oh okay, cool. And I was like, what about my earbuds? Because I have the wireless earbuds. And they were like, oh, just have them in your hand. And so I go to step into the full body machine, and they're like, what's that in your hand? Oh, it's my electronic earbuds. No, you need to put that through the machine. Okay. Well, what about my watch? Oh, no, you need to put that through the machine, too. And I'm like
these
but you just... What?
Oh, Mitchell got into a fight with a TSA agent over his glasses.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah!
I heard about this.
I took off my glasses and I threw them in the tub because, you're not supposed to have anything on you, right?
Yeah.
Medals on glasses. I threw them and he just went, put those back on.
And
And
little did this man know that when he asked Mitchell to put the things on his face that he needs to see, Mitchell said, no, I'm going to stand my ground. Fuck you, the glasses stay in the bin.
Yeah, no, it's fucking weird.
He was like, they're going to fall out and break, and I'm like,
What the fuck are you doing in that machine?
Excuse me.
Yeah, no, it's glass in this nice big-ass protective bin. Yeah, they're going to fall out and get broken. Like, are you flipping the fuckers
They're
upside
doing the
down?
foot check.
Are you, like, flipping them and shaking the shit out of them? Like, what's going on in that machine?
Yeah.
But no, Mitchell's like, no, I'm knocking out my glass. And the guy's like, you should put your glass on. Mitchell's like, I don't want to. They're already in the bin. You should put your glass on, then it'll get broken. Mitchell's like, but why, though?
Oh, man, that was fun, though.
And then he fucking gets to me, and I'm like, hey, I've already double-checked with the lady up front. I'm going to double-check again. I have a fucking vape with me. I have this liquid. I want to make sure. Do you want it in my suitcase, or do you want me to take it out of my suitcase? Because Austin had me take it out. He was like, leave it back. I'm like, okay, cool. So I put my backpack in, and I'm like in the process of taking my jacket. I was like, make sure you put your jacket in there. I'm like, what the fuck do you think I'm doing? Unknotting my jacket for funsies? And then I put my bag on the little
The bin.
No, it wasn't in the bin. I just put it on the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Cause I didn't have to put my bag on the bin in Austin. And he was like, "Put your bag in the bin," but he was like, "Put your bag in the bin." Like he whispered it. So I walk off. Yeah, I walk off, and I walk off. He's like, "Hey, put your bag in the bin." I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck?" I walked 2.5 feet, dude. What do you want from me? Calm down. What's going on? How's your home life? Are you okay? Are you good? Do you want to hug?
I don't think he was okay.
He was not okay.
He lives in Vegas. He's probably gambling all of his money away.
He has debts. But yeah, he was just super passive aggressive. I didn't understand it.
I don't like him.
No.
I got so many looks for carrying around a cake pan, though.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we're jumping around a little bit, but so if you remember the first episode, like I mean the OG introduction that's now like attached to our new introduction. Mitchell's nickname was Birdman in the group, which plays back to an old D&D game we had. But I have decided that Mitchell is no longer Birdman. Mitchell is now the Muffin Man, and we do in fact know the Muffin Man. And Mitchell, do you want to clarify as to why you are now the Muffin Man?
Because carrying my models, I just took a cake pan, magnetized all my models, put it in there, had a lid, I had a handle, and I'm just going all the way through all these airports. Every employee,
Everyone and their fucking dog was like, "What do you have in the bin?"
and I just go muffins.
There's at one point in time where we're getting on. I think it was our second flight from Cincinnati. Yeah, we had to go to Ohio in one of our
Some lady like the
one of our layovers. So we actually have been contaminated by Ohio.
Yeah, one of the flight attendants giraffe necked her like way down to my cake pan and going like, "What's in here?"
Well, this is what happened. What made it funny as shit is she like extend necks her way to look, and she's clearly looking in the cake pan at your models. And she goes, "What's in the pan?" And me, Philip, and Mitchell turn, upholding all the air traffic. Everyone trying to get on the plane, go fuck themselves. We stop, turn, look at her, just go, muffins. And then we just turn and walk away. And she's just like, what? So yeah, every single time someone asks, just muffins. Even when they're looking and they clearly weren't muffins, they were muffins.
Yep.
So now Mitchell's the Muffin Man.
I'm gonna cry because I actually really enjoyed the Birdman name.
I'm sure Birdman will get thrown a couple times, but now I get to say that I do in fact know the Muffin Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that name's more for me than you.
No, probably the funniest part about interacting with Ryan at LVO though was that we were all standing there talking. We were like, "Oh yeah, we run an Age of Sigmar podcast," and he was like, "What? What is your podcast? What is it?" And we were like, "Oh shit!" And he was like, "Yeah, no, I love AOS lore, and I have yet to find a good podcast for them, and I've got a 4-hour flight back home. What is your podcast?" And we were like, "Oh well, shit, okay." And then we ended up chatting with him for a while, and
like a solid hour.
well, like on each day too. Like we talked to him for a while each day, and then on Sunday when everybody was packing up, he was waiting for some boxes to show up so he could finish packing up. And so we ended up chatting with him for another like hour and a half, and it was just a lot of fun. Oh man,
I'm being quiet because I'm petting a cat right now.
nice. And then Mitchell had to run away.
My precious baby.
That cat is now like old enough to vote in cat years.
Yeah, I guess he is.
Yeah.
So yeah, the convention was lots of fun. We met a bunch of really influential, not only GW members, but also just like community members. It was super fun. Oh yeah, so I don't know if they ever found it, but apparently the convention lost a professionally painted Horus Ascendant and Angron model.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, when we were at the reveal, they were like, "Yeah," but if someone asked a question like, "Hey, with Angron coming out and Horus Ascended for $30K, I'm kind of surprised you didn't like debut the models here." And they're like, "Well, about that, we did, and we got them professionally painted, and they look fantastic, and we don't know where the fuck they are. So if you see one of those models, it's ours." one of the workers was like, "Yeah, it's in a clear case. Like if you see it, we want it back."
That's amazing.
I don't know. I hope they found it, but yeah, they're just gone.
Going on to lost models. So yeah, Conquest. So there were two different groups there selling like bulk models. So there was the actual games. Well, no. Hang on. There was the actual Games Workshop store that was there, and they had like all the Games Workshop models, like fucking all of them. And then there was this other place that I think it was run by the actual convention. I'm not entirely sure, but their whole thing was that you could buy basically the same models, but for 25% off sticker price. So like whatever the Games Workshop model cost is, 25% off. And they were also doing this for like Star Wars Armada, Star Wars Legion, Conquest, like bunch of different games. And we were standing there talking to the Conquest guy, the creator, whose name I can't remember for the life of me. And I was telling him like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get Spire." And so I went over and I grabbed a Spire box and bought it. And he was like, "Oh yeah, that's really cool." And he turns to Jacob and he's like, "So what are you gonna get?" And he was like, "Well, I'm gonna get Wadroon, but there isn't one over there." And the Conquest creator was like, "What do you mean? There's not one over there?" And we were like, "Well, we can see it. We could actually see it where we were standing." We were like, "There is not one over there." And the starter boxes are like really uniquely sized.
There's still some Conquest stuff over there, but like there's hardly any one-player starters anymore. So like
Yeah, and like we could see from where we were standing the Conquest section, and it was like half empty. And this was on day 2 or 3.
No. That was
that was Saturday. That was Saturday. But it was Saturday morning, and they were already half empty. And the Conquest guy was like, "Why are they half empty?" And we were like, "Well, what do you mean? There's not just good sales?" And he was like, "No, I don't think you understand. We sent 1,500."
No. I think he said $15,000 worth of product.
You're right. Yeah, no. He was like, "We sent 15...
That's not 1 comma. That's 1.5 comma.
Yeah. No, he was like, "We sent $15,000 worth of product to be sold here." I've been keeping an eye on it because, like I said, we could see it from where the Conquest booth was set up. And he was like, "Yeah, I haven't seen them restock once. Where the hell are my models?" And we were like, oh no. Shit.
Oh, no.
So they did eventually find them.
In boxes.
In boxes.
In the corner.
No. It was in their storage, in their storage location for like extra stuff. Oh, they
brought those boxes to the. Oh my
God. Yeah, no, they finally brought the boxes that all the Conquest stuff was stored in to the floor Sunday at 2 p.m.
2 hours before they closed.
2 hours before they closed shop for the entire convention. Yeah,
creator
needless
was
to
some
say,
anger.
the creator was less than pleased.
less than pleased is that's the nice way of putting it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was fucking livid.
To be fair, when those boxes
way-
when those boxes got bred out, they got pillaged hard.
Oh no, you want to know the really funny thing? You know how the Conquest people found out that they had brought them out and they'd finally found them? Because some dude walked over with like $300 worth of Wadroon, which is one of their factions. $300 worth of
he got the last fucking Wardroom one person starter set, and I was nettled.
Yeah, but he walks over with with like $300 worth of Wadroon stuff. And the thing about it is the Wadroon are like basically the most popular army apparently, from what we saw. Because like
orcs riding dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. Like they sold out of all their Wadroon stuff in like the first day. And so this guy walks over with $300 of Wadroon stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, I just bought this." And I'm standing there with Joey, who was one of the other lead Conquest people, and she was like, "Where did you get that? Like where did you find that?" And he was like, "Oh, you see that pile of boxes in the corner over there?"
I mean like 8 feet tall pile of boxes.
Yeah, it was like a genuine pile of boxes.
Horde.
Yeah. And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, that's all your Conquest stuff." And we're like, "What?"
Yeah,
and we immediately beelined it over there and start pilfering, but like he basically cleared out the last of the Wadroon stuff.
Sad boy times.
Oh yeah. But no, like they were fucking livid about it. They were like, "Yeah, never again. We will next time we're bringing our own booth and selling all of our own shit cuz this was ridiculous."
Yeah, that was not cool. So that's more or less all of the convention talk stuff we did. So I guess now we're moving on to the food.
Oh god. Dude, the food was so expensive.
So the only meals that I would say was like honest to God just good was the chain restaurant.
It's a multi-tool.
The chain restaurant pho place we went to on Thursday, and then the breakfast we got at Cracker Barrel on Friday. Because then, for Friday night, we got we went to a restaurant called
Burro Baracha?
Burro Baracha.
Yeah.
It's the Guy Fieri.
And it was a Guy Fieri restaurant. You know, Flavor Town, the dude with the frosted tips and shit.
Yeah.
That guy, Guy Fieri. And we went to his restaurant expecting just some good, some bar food,
Dude, my nachos were so good.
Some good burgers and whatnot, some good nachos. And we went there, and me and Mitchell were the only ones who got good food.
The nachos are so dumb.
Because Mitchell,
so good.
Mitchell got trash can nachos, and by that I mean he got like a 5-gallon trash can full of nachos.
Yeah, no, they were actually pretty good nachos.
And I got some carne asada fajitas that were also pretty good. And everyone else got
a burger.
But the whole thing about this burger was that it was a good old-fashioned burger, but it was topped with mac and cheese. And Philip,
it was also a double wide.
And Philip,
like this thing was as wide as
massive.
2 burgers. It was a big fucking burger.
And Philip, I'm gonna let you take over from this point because you actually ate the burger.
So, like, this burger was like $25. It was an expensive burger, but again, it's like basically a double burger. So
as far as quantity goes, it was fair.
Yeah. So I sit down to eat this burger, and I take a look at it, and at first I think I'm handed the wrong burger because I do not see any mac and cheese on this thing. Like, that's the whole appeal of this. I expect there to be mac and cheese, like, overflowing from this thing. And, like, I'm like, okay, cool, well, maybe it's just under the bun. So I start biting, and, like, only a third of the burger was actually covered in mac and cheese, and I was like, this is the most disappointing burger I've ever had. Like, the bites with mac and cheese in it, really good. The entire rest of the burger was just dry.
My nachos are great. So much cheese.
Oh yeah, no, those nachos look delicious. I was so jealous.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, the breakfast place in the breakfast place in the Rio was absolute garbage.
Yeah, I never went to that.
Yeah, me and Phil were saved from that travesty.
So if I was to go back there again, I would just go live off a smash burger.
Okay,
Oh, man,
Smash Burger
Burger
was
slapped.
good. Like
Yeah.
that was worth the money I paid.
Besides
there.
Phil being dead inside during that meal, like that was a good fucking burger.
That was a good burger.
I'll go live off of burgers and pretzels.
And then
Yeah.
we went to a Korean barbecue joint. We were gonna get Korean barbecue until Mitchell killed my vibe. And
Oh yeah. No, we sat down. We sat down, and on the thing it said at least 2 people at your table have to order the barbecue. And we were like, all right, cool, that's fine.
And for those who don't know Korean barbecue, it's basically like it's an all you can eat thing. It's endless.
Yeah.
There's a 90-minute time limit, so you can't just sit there and eat for 3 fucking hours. But like as far as like quantity, you just eat until you're full, or you run out of your 90-minute time frame.
I was not about to spend $50 to do this.
Yeah.
It's about the experience.
But no, so like we sit down, and like Mitchell's the first one to order, and the rest of us were like, yeah, we're gonna do the endless barbecue thing, and we were like, oh yeah, here we go.
I ain't never done it before, so I was interested just to do it. I'm sure like it's gonna be meat, so it's hard to fuck up meat, especially if we're cooking it, because Korean barbecue you cook at the table yourself. So I'm like, cool, I want to try it.
So then we go to do it, and Mitchell's the first one to order. And Mitchell's like, yeah, I just want some fried rice. And the guy's like, okay, cool, writes down fried rice. I'm the next person to order, and I'm like, cool, can I get the like endless Korean barbecue? And he's like, oh, everyone at your table has to order that. And we were like, oh, well, we're gonna need a little more time because all 3 of the rest of us wanted Korean.
We all kind of shifted towards Mitchell, and Mitchell was like, I will not succumb to peer pressure. You can all go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
I was not going to spend $50 on food. I've already spent way too much money on food. You didn't spend the $22 on biscuits and gravy.
So we all ended up getting fried rice.
Yep.
Fried rice.
Fried rice and dumplings.
It was good fried rice.
it
wasn't like amazing, but it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
They had a good selection of veggies in there and whatnot, and the kimchi was
They had
good.
a shitload of veggies in there.
And the kimchi
But there was
was
like
good.
no lack in meat, so it was like good.
It was just like it was a good quantity of food, and we also got some fried dumplings, but that was still like $35. So
Yeah.
and then Saturday night, I'm just like, y'all want to order some Little Caesars pizza? And I'll tell you what, I was some damn good pizza.
Some damn good pizza.
What did I have that night?
I don't know, but you didn't have pizza.
I did not have pizza. I don't remember what I ate.
Leftovers?
Oh, I remember what I ate.
Your
I had
nachos.
I ate my nachos.
Yeah, because Mitchell's got a lot.
So the nachos were like fully frozen. I didn't have a microwave, so I was just eating a patty of nachos.
a break of
nachos.
nachos. Well, no, because we went
Sitting there yelling at Johnny, going, "Johnny, learn the damn game! Johnny, learn the game! Read, 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 Johnny, read."
We went to the fucking restaurant. We were like, "Hey, how big are the nachos if we get the large?" She was like, "Oh, it's gonna be about like maybe like 6 inches wide and like 3 or 4 inches tall. It's gonna be. It's not gonna be. It's
not that much.
It's not that much." And then Mitchell's like, "Yeah, fuck it. I'm sure they'll be good nachos, so I'll pay the $35 for them." And then Mitchell got like a 9x9 trash can of fucking nachos.
It was amazing.
And they were good.
It's so good.
They looked good. Like, damn, they looked fucking fantastic.
And they were good cold as well. It was weird.
You know the food's good when you can eat it in frozen patty form and you're still enjoying it.
Yep. Yeah, it was great.
But the food was just really, I mean, it was Vegas, so like obviously the food's going to be expensive, but there were some of the restaurants that I was like, your quality should be better than this.
Yeah.
But it's the casino, it was a Rio, it's Vegas, like you pay for shit and you don't get the quality of it, and like, welcome to Vegas. We're here to steal your money. So that was basically that. So then Sunday rolls around.
I do my tournament.
And before Sunday got here, Johnny Doe had gotten on Friday, and Mitchell had spent time with Johnny Doe,
trying to teach him how to learn the game and tell him to read and be like, hey, learn the game, learn your book, learn the core rules.
And I'm gonna go grab some water and let Mitchell take over because Sunday was a whole fucking debacle. Because me and Phil, great time. Mitchell, not so much.
I still had an amazing time because the people I played against were just very, very nice. But
They also played your armies.
Tabletop Titans did, yes. The first people, so Johnny didn't really know how to play. He had 3 magma draws, and I was sitting there, I was like, I had a vague idea how to play him, and like I would remember his rolls for him, so I'd be like, roll this mini dice. This is your save. Roll this mini dice. This is your save. To continue. Yeah. While I'm doing all my stuff, explaining to them what I am doing. Yeah, we didn't do well the first game.
Oof.
But I didn't really expect that. I was like, I'm not going there to win.
Yeah.
I got like 18 points out of the first 3. We got tabled round 3, and I was able to get up to 18 points. So, battle tactics 5-5-5, good. Like that's not bad. Though, I would expect Johnny to know the rules of his army by that point.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to against our next opponent, which I was really disappointed. This is me saying I was disappointed to play against Tabletop Titans. Because I was told by my favorite podcaster, I'm playing you next.
Oof.
Like, the man, Dayton O'Bray, said, I'm going to be playing you next. And that didn't happen. He was just the next table over. And I was like, I guess who am I playing? Oh, It's Tabletop Titans. Why am I disappointed in playing against Tabletop Titans?
Because you knew you were about to get your shit rocked.
Well, I would have played with my other opponent as well. Because he had a Marathian. I think that was an illegal list. I'm not sure.
Wait, who?
Dayton.
Oh, really?
So it's really weird because Marathi is two different models.
Oh.
Like it's two different units, but the same unit. The rules are very weird for Marathi.
Like, you just split the difference on the point costs, or you just have them, or how does that work?
I
exactly?
think they just have them or something. But so I went my second game was Tabletop Titans. It was Zach and Bridger. Some of the nicest guys I ever played Age of Sigmar against.
Yeah, they were super cool.
So patient. So
the key word here is patience.
Bridger, so this is my second time ever playing Daughters of Cain. I kind of had a very decent idea what I was doing, but he would let me do my thing, and he'd be like, hey, just as a heads up, this is a friendly game. Did you think about doing this?
At a fucking competition. This is a friendly game. Let me help you, Mitchell. Thank you, God.
Just giving me points and tips. Zach, though, was really playing the game for Johnny. Telling him.
I want to say, Johnny, when you listen to this episode, we're not talking shit. I find the whole thing fucking hilarious. Don't think we're dunking on you, because we're not. The whole thing was very comical. But yeah, apparently Johnny's opponent was like, I'm going to play your army and try to have you beat me and kind of still stomp your shit in.
Yeah. So because Zach's favorite army is Magma Dross. Bridger's favorite army,
just oops on Magmadroth.
Yes,
which is exactly what Johnny brought.
The other Tabletop Titan, his favorite army is Daughters of Cain. So
amazing.
They knew our armies better than us. Just put that out there.
Yeah, no, it was that I'm not that game wasn't rigged, but it might as well have been.
Yeah. And I had no clue how the new ogres played because I haven't played the new ogres yet.
Oh yeah, I saw him.
Yeah, that was Mothra,
that man.
Right? What's the faction name called again?
Yeah, it's the
Iron Guts.
Iron Guts.
That man, he sat there and he did a 3-inch pile in, and then he says, "Well, they're gonna fight again at the end of the turn." So they did another 3-inch pile in. My models are 6 inches away. That I was like, safe. I'm safe. They were indeed not safe. They were gone.
Like, yes, I am cloaked in my blanket of false security. I am safe. By the way, my ogres are gonna consolidate a second 3 inches to a total of 6 and fight a second time. Mitchell, I'm in danger.
I did a really good job. I had my life takers. They were a really good screen. I probably should have redeployed to give them up at another 2 inches or something. Learning things.
Hey, at least now you know, right?
Yeah. My life takers are not my 2,000 point army because I do not have the room for them. Before the points changes, I would have had room for them, but I don't have room for them anymore. So I saw my 20-man blob of witch elves disappear within a minute.
Oof, indeed. We went and saw Mitch because I was like, listen, Mitchell's having a stressful day. I'm a hydro homie up. I'm going to keep bringing him water.
The amount of times I had to go pee that day.
And I went in, during that second game, I walked in on Mitchell playing the game, and I looked at him, and it was just like, I am a shell of a man. I'm like, what's up, Mitchell? I just lost 3/4 of my army in 2 minutes. I'm like, oh, oof.
I was having a great time. My blood sisters actually did a whole lot of damage because I killed 5 or 6 ogres, and those are 4 wounds each.
In one turn?
Yeah, I want to go.
Damn,
with
son.
With one unit.
It's like 20 wounds right there.
Yeah.
They have any wards or anything?
Nah.
Just slapping wounds?
Just slapping them.
You were just playing aggressive belly bongos. on them.
Yeah,
With knives, and then they died.
Yeah. I got a rally off, so
Nice.
I went from 1 witch elf back up to 10,
Nice.
back down to
Damn.
0.
Oh, no. Yay! I rallied. I have my shit back. Little did he know that those models were gonna be about as useful as a screen door on a submarine.
So that overall, it's like, yeah, I got stomped on. I had a great time though. Like
Listen,
I actually learned
Mitchell,
more while playing that game.
I don't want to like tell you terminology, but you didn't get stomped on, son. You got dunked on.
Actually, I still got 18 points.
Okay.
Turn 3, still got 555.
All right.
The
Okay.
last battle tactic though really goes to Johnny, but not really because he did honorable death, and they're like, we're gonna try our best here. We're gonna try to give you your battle tactic. And it took all their effort to kill that magma drop and die at the same time.
Does that like bring a magma drop back to life or something, or?
No, it's a battle tactic. So if that magma drop kills like a unit, and then it dies that same turn, you get a battle tactic.
Oh, so they were like, we're gonna try to proc your battle tactic off for you, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
So the only way that he was able to get it is when his magma drop died, like it has like volcanic scales, so like it does mortal wounds on 4-ups. So they killed it. He rolled for the mortal wounds and killed that one ogre just perfectly.
Just perfectly.
So that's how we're able to get the like up to 18 points, because without that it would have been like 16. But
Well, at least there was something, right?
yeah. So other than that, I really did had to drop the 3rd round.
Mitchell's voice no work.
My throat felt like it was bleeding.
It was pretty loud in that room. Like not like unnecessarily loud, but when you have that many people playing, it just a lot of background
There weren't
noise.
that many people playing. It's just like we're all stuck together. They could have really spread out the tables.
Yeah, no, they were all crammed in there like sardines.
It was
Yeah.
rough.
And my 2 games, I got to play right next to the Dayton from Party at the All Points. And my first game, I was just like, Dayton, can I have a sticker? He goes, I got you.
I got you, homie.
And my sticker's in my drawer over there.
Yeah. Stickers, homeboy.
And it's the new season, so it's the cooler logo.
Oh man, something that we forgot to mention about Conquest, just to further down the line of how like the Conquest booth kind of got dunked on by LVO. They had a tournament set up for day 2.
Yeah.
Oh, was it day 2 or day 3?
Day
It was
3.
it was Saturday.
Day
They had a
3.
tournament.
No, it was Sunday.
They had a tournament. No, it was Saturday because we had.
No, so they had 2. They had one set up for Saturday and one set up for Sunday.
Which one got fucked up?
Saturday or Sunday.
They had one for Sunday, but the venue people like didn't set it up correctly.
Well, so real quick clarification: when you play Conquest, there's Conquest, the
there's
last argument of kings, and then there's Conquest First Blood,
which is basically
First
Kill
Blood
Team.
is to Conquest what Kill Team is to 40k, or
But
Warcry is to
it's
Age
a
of
lot
Sigmar.
more like Conquest than actual like Kill Team being 40k.
Yeah, no, it's literally the exact same rules, the exact same stat lines. It's just that in
Smaller units and
standard Conquest, you work in unit blocks. So there's like actual like 4-man blocks.
It's kind of like OG Fantasy.
Yeah. Whereas with First Blood, you break them down and you work with them in like individual models. Then coherency is a thing, and blah blah blah. So the organizers of the event didn't clarify that there was a difference between Conquest and Conquest First Blood. So whenever they posted all of the like, hey, come play in this event, they failed to notify people that First Blood was on Sunday and that actual Conquest was on Saturday. And so it just looked like that there was just 2 days of Conquest, but then the Conquest tournament wrapped up on Saturday. So then like they get to Sunday and literally 2 guys showed up for the First Blood tournament. And that was it. Like we literally went and watched them play.
Yeah, the creator was like, they were like, "Do you want to go play a game?" Me and Flip were like, "Fuck yeah, I want to go play a game." We sat over there, and those 2 guys were playing from First Blood. We just sat down there and talked to them, and they were some super cool guys.
Oh yeah, no, they were super chill. And
I like the one guy's hat.
yeah.
He had a really nice hat.
But yeah, no, literally they were like, yeah, we have literally nothing better to do. You want to come hang out and chat with us while we're playing our game? We do not care. We have fuck all to do.
So yeah, so their fucking product shit got fucked up, and their one of the tournaments got fucked up.
It's a learning experience.
It was a learning experience for everyone involved.
And I'm kind of hooked on the whole tournament scene because I just thoroughly had a great time. Those 2 games.
Yeah.
So I went.
I need to go ahead and get my Stormcast painted up. Honestly,
I need to get my fucking Lizardmen finished up.
Yeah.
Phil, it is such a different vibe while doing that. Like, the mindset is you're not trying to win. You're just trying to get as many points as possible. And if you end up winning, you end up winning.
Yeah.
But like today, I drove an hour and 20 minutes to go to Cyprus to go get Marathi and a couple more bow snakes.
Nice.
And then I drove all the way back, and then y'all showed up.
And then we got beer and burgers.
We got beer and burgers.
But
I got beer and cider.
But yeah, I think that's basically it, right?
Announcement. I have reached the point in my life. I am now excited to try different brands of toilet paper. I was like, man.
Oh man, are we going back to that fucking Twitter post?
Yeah.
Bro, what?
Yeah, Mitchell posted on Twitter, I'm at a point in my life where I'm excited about new brands of toilet paper. I was really, really tempted to comment as Lorecast, on Lorecast, going, this is an Age of Sigmar push. But I didn't have the goddamn Twitter information.
That's amazing.
But yeah, no.
Yeah, I was like, what in the fresh fuck is this, Mitchell?
So I just sat there. I was at HEB and like I typically just normally get HEB toilet paper because it's like Charmin but just cheaper.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, man, you're not getting that single ply shit, are you?
No. Are you okay, Philip?
I'm like,
My neck is irritated and this bar is cold.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I was like, Mitchell, if you like single ply toilet paper, like if you
No.
if you want to finger your asshole, you can pay someone to do that for you.
No, but I'm sitting there. I was like,
You can in Vegas anyway.
I got the HEB toilet paper, and I'm just going down the aisle, and I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling spicy.
today.
My fresh new hot take.
So I put back the HEB toilet paper and got Cottondale.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm just like, okay.
I'm proud of you, Mitchell. You're trying new things.
Trying new things.
proud of
I'm
you, son.
really exploring life at the moment.
Trying new venues. Getting
Mitchell's out here living his best
getting a
life.
fresh take on life. Colors are more vibrant to him now. His asshole is caressed by a new brand of toilet paper.
Man.
But fuck yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Anything else happen that we can think of? The silence is the answer.
No, that's really about it.
That was kind of the most interesting thing that happened.
Yeah.
Oh no, we helped Tabletop Titans take all their crap back to their.
Oh yeah, we helped him.
Oh
back
yeah,
up. That
no,
was
that
fun.
was terrifying. Yeah, so because like Sunday happens, it hits 4:00 and then the convention wraps up, and Mitchell dropped from the third tournament. So like
We're just kind of sitting there in the hallway.
our flight was at like 11. Oh, it was at 10:30, and it was like 4. So we had fuck all to do. So we went out and talked with Ryan again for like an hour because he was outside. So like, fuck it, we have fuck all to do. And then we go inside. We're just sitting down. Like, here, we're just sit down and chat and fuck around on our phones for 5 hours, I guess. And then Tabletop Titans is putting their stuff up, and they had a bunch of shit. They were kind of struggling.
Yeah, they were struggling.
So they were like, hey, y'all need some help? Like, we have literally nothing to do. So, like,
Yeah, and
Philip grabbed some stuff, and Mitchell grabbed some stuff, and then I grabbed some stuff. And the thing that I grabbed to do was, like, hold that perfectly vertical, or it will explode. And I'm like, yes, panic.
The really funny thing about it is we were just sitting down, and like we recognized some of them. We were like, oh hey, and they're like, oh hi, how's it going? And we're like, do y'all need help? And we're like, and they're like, no, we don't want to we don't want to be a burden on y'all or anything like that.
It's like we're literally doing
no,
nothing.
We literally have nothing to do for the next 7 hours. Please let us help. We have literally fuck all to do. And they were like, well, if you're gonna insist,
Go ahead, here, take this.
Yeah. So then we got to help them out, and it was a lot of fun.
Then we did the half-mile walk to their room.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh,
so much
God.
walking. And that was part of the reason we were sitting down waiting, is because we were tired of fucking walking.
Yeah.
And at that point, we checked out of the hotel, so we couldn't go back to our rooms, and we were just like, you know what, fuck this shit.
Yeah. Okay, well, Circe's now on the phone. You just want to end it here?
No, I think we should wait till he gets back.
Okay.
But no, I'm really excited and looking forward to
Next year's LVO?
yeah.
Dude,
not to
same.
mention ReaperCon. Ryan's gonna be at ReaperCon, and I'm bringing that man a case of soju.
Nice. Yes. Definitely get all your Stormcast painted up.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. I need to. Well, no, I mean I know how to play. I've played AOS before.
No, new general handbook. They
Oh
got
yeah.
General specific rules. It's like 3 or 4.
Oh, is that for ReaperCon you're talking about?
Well, we're gonna go to ReaperCon, but no, I want to go ahead and like actually paint my AOS army so I can start playing, like at tournaments.
Right.
But no. So there's that, and then I need to figure out a good 2,000 point list also.
Yeah, I think your dragons are fine. It's a fun list.
I need to figure out if I have enough.
There was if there were 10 dragons, there was the 10 dragon list. And the thing on Twitter at that period of time is when that was being played was everybody's posting them flipping it off. Like, it was an awful list to go against.
Oh
Just
yeah,
not
because
fun.
it's just like I'm gonna smack you and you're gonna fucking die. And are you casting spells?
Oh my god. Jay tried doing that on my dragons. He tried casting something on my dragons, and I was like, oh, okay. It doesn't work. And he was like, what do you mean it doesn't work? And I was like, well, according to this rule right here, since I rolled a 4-up, it doesn't affect my dragons. And he was like, that's fucking bullshit. And I was like, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, mate.
This is a game that happened a year and a half ago, and Phil was still riding off the high.
Okay, to be fair, that was the game where Jay was like, you ever come into my store and talk about your shit dice luck again, I'm going to fucking strangle you. But no, so that game, oh my god. Okay. So that game, I was playing Stormcast, and I had one singular 2-man unit of Stormdrake Guard. And Jay was playing Nighthaunt?
Yes.
Yeah, Nighthaunt, and then he also splashed in Neferata. And I went hard against Neferata. I was like, I need to kill that bitch turn 1. Because otherwise, I had top of turn 1, and I was like, I need to kill her this turn, or Jay's going to make her invulnerable for the entire rest of the game, which is exactly what he did. I got her down to 1 wound, and I was so pissed I couldn't kill her. But then my Stormdrake Guard went in and fucked his lines up, and he was like, what is this bullshit? And he basically tabled me by turn 3, but then bottom of turn 3, my 5-up wards came in clutch, and he basically couldn't move me off the table. I had 2 units left, and he couldn't move me off the table, and I was like, and he was like, what is this bullshit? And I was like, I don't know what to tell you, Jay.
Yeah. So
anyway. So yeah, go check out our friend Ryan. He's on Twitch as, I think it's Cephalopod Studios is the name of his Twitch channel. I'm gonna look that up.
If you want to look at some more paints, tooth and coats, I hardly recommend it. Tabletop Titans is dope as fuck.
Yeah, they do a bunch of different things, and they also make their own terrain, which is dope as hell.
Yeah.
But I think
that's really about it.
Once again, shout out to our Patreon. Y'all guys are fucking awesome.
The actual shout outs would happen next episode because that's the real episode, and I don't want to do shout outs on bonus episodes.
Yeah, what Mitchell said.
Yeah, so Cephalopod Studios. Oh, hey, he's actually streaming right now.
But I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Hour and a half, not bad episode.
Yeah. Also, since when did Twitch have ads?
Oh, they've always had
everything
ads.
has ads, dude.
Yeah,
that's fair.
But yeah, so I guess we will see y'all on the 25th. Where we'll be doing an actual episode about AOS things.
We will post that voting
at some point in time.
At some point in time.
Some point in time between now and the end of next week, we will post.
Send me y'all's recommendations over the Facebook chat, and I will.
Yeah.
Put mine.
At some point in time between now and the end of next week.
That's right.
Oh, nice. We will post stuff in the episode voting to decide what we are going to be doing.
Yeah.
And yeah.
All right.
Peace out, homie.
Hopefully I'll have a battle report to do for the Lone Star Open.
Yeah. That'll be really fun.
That'll be really nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you all next time.
Peace out, guys.
Bye.